as ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Glad to have you join us again on CoreTV News at 7. I am Frank Omalape, and here are some of the stories filing in at this time. Governorship Appeals Screen Panel of the People's Democratic Party has cleared the acting governor of Adamawa State, Jumaro Fintere, to take part in the September 6th governorship primary election in the state. Fintere got the green light on Sunday after the appeal panel examined his complaint, which he lodged after his disqualification by the screening committee headed by Ibrahim Mantu on Saturday. Mantu, while announcing Fintere's disqualification, had quoted Section 191, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution, which stipulates that a governor in an acting capacity cannot contest in an election he is midwifing. However, Fintere objected to the disqualification and took his case to the appeal committee, which eventually cleared him for the primaries. While the governorship election in Adamawa State may be more than a month away, but Nigeria's largest opposition party is already expressing its concerns. The All Progressive Congress fears that the October 11 election may witness another round of heavy deployment of security forces. APC Chairman John Odigi Oyegun cited the deployment of troops during elections in Osun and Ekiti State and says it could affect the party's chances. He, however, maintained that the situation is clearly being watched.
In Adamawa, the deputy governor, who is also an aspirant, comes from one of the local governments there. Some top military brass come from parts of that local government. And given the activities of the military and security agencies in Ekiti and Osun, we have reason to have fears. But we hope that reason will prevail and that this top military brass will not see it as a mission to return the state as a kind of thank you for the appointments that they have gotten. We hope, sincerely pray that that does not happen.
Ahead of the 2015 general elections, the All Progressives Grand Alliance has offered automatic ticket to President Goodluck Jonathan and Victor Ime. Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State disclosed this on Saturday in Akwa, where Imego rally was to urge Jonathan to seek re-election as president. Obiano, however, says the party's candidate for all other elected positions will be determined through primaries. While Jonathan has the party's presidential ticket, Ume Abga's national chairman will fly the party's banner in the Anambra Central Senatorial District. Ume says Abga has gone into an accord with the People's Democratic Party to support Jonathan for the presidential election. Former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi was absent at the rally. Obiano, however, says Obi got permission to travel to the United States to attend the World Igbo Congress. Former Senate President Kenny Namani and former PDP National Women's Leader Josephine Anene presented solidarity messages at the rally. The Speaker House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwal, says it is undemocratic to over-militarize the country during 2015 elections, urging the Independent National Electoral Commission to ensure the conduct of a free and fair election. Speaking at the residence of the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Pius Odubu, before attending the wedding ceremony of the son of the Oba of Benin, Tambuwal explained that the militarizing the environment during elections will discourage voters from freely participating in the poll. According to him, the country must not be over-militarized during elections to the extent that voters get intimidated and scared and they rather withdraw and remain indoors. Reacting to speculations of his imminent defection to the APC, He says, when I went to collect my voter's card, I said it was consulting, and I'm still consulting. Nigeria is not a small country. We have very senior leaders that one need to meet with before taking such decisions. As I said, I am consulting, and at the appropriate time, I will come out to say what I will be doing in 2015. Now, results collated during the Niger East senatorial by-election to fill in the vacant seat of late Senator Dahiru of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, who died on June 12, has shown that the All Progressive Congress, APC, is taking an early lead. Polling unit visited in Shanshaga, Suleja, Boso, Paiko, and Shiroro local governments had APC leading in the election that held yesterday in 9 local government councils in the state. Voters in the 9 local government areas defied the heavy rainfall to be registered, cast their vote, and protected their votes until they were counted. The Deputy Inspector General Operations in charge of this zone, Sotonyi Wakama, says 2 persons were arrested for attempting to snatch ballot boxes in Rafi local government area. According to him, the ballot boxes were recovered while the investigation is still ongoing to ascertain which party the ballot box snatchers belong to. Now, a non-governmental organization, the Movement Against Electoral Fraud, has commenced a review of the electoral process that led to the August 9 governorship poll in Osun State. Rashid attended the forum and returned with this report.
Speaking at the forum to review the electoral process of the August 9 governorship poll in Osun State, Chairman of the Movement Against Electoral Fraud, Taiwo Titolaye, says militarization of elections portends great danger for democracy in the country.
Taking cognizance of the events leading to Ekiti and Osun gubernatorial elections, and as it affects 2015 general elections, democratic culture and nation building are clear indications that we are far removed from achieving free and fair elections. The primitive militarization of the last 2 gubernatorial elections in Ekiti and Osun states are pointers to what the 2015 general elections in the country will be.
Members of the movement applaud the people of the state for exercising their civic responsibility without fear during the poll, but caution the federal government against endangering the polity by militarization elections in Nigeria.
Ruling people in a democratic setting should be a non-violence process. A transitional process, a democratically transitional process, should not be a thing of victimization and threats.
The election, which is supposed to be the culmination of the democratic process in any democratic system, should not be militarized, should not be turned into warfare. That is exactly what we are saying. Yes, the election has come and gone. Yes, the will of the people has, but it is forced. We should do better than that.
The movement added that it will take it upon itself to sensitize the public against what it called a dangerous trend.
We have taken the start now to go out there and mobilize the people, educate them, sensitize them, and to prepare them for mandate protection, to prepare them to resist all forms of political repression, as it happened during the election.
The movement prays that the federal government will put in place the desired enabling environment that will guarantee the electorate the freedom and safety they need to perform their constitutional role. Rashid, CoreTV News, Oshogbo.
Leading political parties have recently presented strong reasons and expectations towards the fast approaching general elections come May 7, 2015. Omotayo Alawo visited Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, has more in this report.
Ilorin was quiet and peaceful as residents go about their daily businesses. Residents here seemed to be politically active as they were eager to talk on their expectations for the 2015 general elections in Ilorin.
That will do a favor for us. The other pray that as you enter.
I prefer PDP to rule this Kwara State.
It's better we just vote for people that we know are capable, competent people, that we know that when they get there, they will do what is best.
They should know that this nation is greater than anybody.
A member of the ruling All Progressive Congress and senior special assistant to the governor of Kwara State and Media, Muhyiddin Akorede, says the Kwara State government has provided employment opportunity for the teeming unemployed in the state.
Next year, we have very robust administration here in Kwara State. Based on what the governor has done, I believe, and strongly too, this is my personal opinion, that he should continue to do his good work. And that any other administration at local level or state level, in any other places where you have touched people's lives, sometimes you don't even have to. Once people connect with you and they know that this man has worked for us, your work is done.
Special advisor to the Executive Governor on Information says the ruling government has made life comfortable for the masses.
The ruling party in Kwara State is the All Progressive Congress, APC. And that come rain, come shine, will win election. Some people will be doing high GG, what I call initial gra-gra. They are foreign politicians. They don't have any connection with the grassroots. Some of them live in Abuja, some live in Lagos, some live they will not come. Even during the PVC collection, they were not anywhere to be seen. So they are Abuja politicians. They are foreigners. It is we eat and dine with the people.
But the People's Democratic Party in Kwara says all is not well with governance in the state, and the party is set to take over governance so as to make life comfortable for all residents of Kwara State.
We already have our manifesto. We already have even canvassers. Recently, we have bought vehicles for all the 16 local government councils in Kwara State. Not only that, we are about distributing 200 motorcycles to all our canvassers in 193 wards of Kwara State. We have a good message to the people of Kwara State, and we are fully prepared.
Political tempo can be said to be building up in Kwara State as politicians and residents prepare towards the general elections coming up in 2015. All roads lead to the Kwara State Government House come 2015 elections. Political parties have expressed the desire to grasp the seat of the state, but it is left to the citizens who will be exercising their voting right come 2015 elections. Omotayo Alo, CoreTV News, Ilorin.
The federal government has promised to pay all accumulated staff claims, allowances and other pending entitlement of the Public Complaints Commission. The commissioner of the agency, George Uloko, made this known in Abuja during the commissioning of operation of vehicles. He says lack of vehicles in the commission has affected the agency's quest to wipe out all forms of administrative vices across the country. 30 vehicles were commissioned to enhance the commission's ability to fulfill its mandate.
In revenue allocation and is currently receiving regular funding. Consequent upon this, and though the commission is still underfunded, we have started the payment of accumulated staff claims, allowances and other entitlements. This shall continue until all the backlog of entitlements are cleared. As I commission these trucks and buses, I'm of firm belief that investigation staff of the commission will henceforth be more resilient in our quest to fulfill our mandate and wipe out all forms of administrative vices wherever they exist in this country.
Well, we'll take a break on CoreTV News at this time. We'll be back after this timeout. Stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Glad to have you back on CoreTV News at 7. Following cases of escape from quarantine and surveillance by two Ebola disease patients from Lagos to Enugu and Port Harcourt, the Ministry of Health has said it will approach the National Assembly in order to enact a law that will criminalize movement of patients under surveillance during outbreak of epidemics such as Ebola virus disease. Minister of Health Onyebuchi Chukwu says that the review of the quarantine law became necessary given the current Ebola outbreak. According to the minister, the Health Ministry is strengthening surveillance and working with the National Assembly to review the country's quarantine law. It stressed that apart from the 2 known cases of escape to Enugu and Port Harcourt respectively, no other cases have been identified, adding that nonetheless there is need to strengthen or set in motion an enabling law to prevent patients from escaping surveillance. Nigeria has an existing Quarantine Act which was enacted in 1926. This act has, however, become grossly inadequate. Recently, in the Senate, Senator Clever Marcos Ikisipo sponsored a bill that seeks to repeal and reenact the Quarantine Act. The bill, if passed, seeks to make provisions for preventing the introduction into Nigeria from Nigeria dangerous, infectious, and communicable disease organisms and agents. Meanwhile, police and immigration officers have arrested at least 39 foreign nationals in 2 hotels on Lagos Island. CoreTV News learned that they were arrested following a tip-off by some residents of the area over fears of the spread of Ebola virus disease. Upon receiving the report, the area commander, Area A Command Lion Building, Imohimi Edgar, contacted immigration and health officials who stormed Benin Hotel and an unnamed guest house situated on Atere Street and effected the arrest of the foreigners. 35 of whom are citizens of the Democratic Republic of Congo, while the rest are Sierra Leonean nationals. The police say the immigration officials will determine if the suspects are legally residing in the country, while the health officials will determine the health status. Meanwhile, all the hotels in the area have been placed under surveillance. In the meantime, Abia State government has denied rumors making the rounds that a relation of the Port Harcourt doctor Ike Enemo, who died while secretly treating an Ebola patient, sneak into Aba, the commissioner center of the state. Commissioner for Information Eze Chikam Nayo, who made the denial described as evil and mischievous a news report on an Aba-based radio station that the late doctor's sibling had taken refuge in the state. Chikam Nayo says investigations revealed that the deceased did not hail from Abia but Anambra, and that his mother was living with him in Port Harcourt while his wife had since been quarantined in Lagos. He insists that the intention of those behind the report was to cause tension and unnecessary apprehension in the state and enjoined residents not to panic but disregard the rumor. Chikam Nayo cautioned media practitioners against false reports, noting that some lives were recently lost by drinking saltwater solution when it was rumored that it had the potency to cure Ebola. The commissioner added that Abia for now is Ebola-free and assured of the preparedness of the state government to contain the spread of the killer virus. Celebration break out in one of Liberia's densely populated West Point area of Monrovia, the country's capital city. This follows weekend's announcement by government that it will lift the Ebola quarantine on the large slum 10 days after attempt to cordon off the neighborhood from the rest of the city sparked deadly clashes. Residents of the slum could not but express satisfaction at the decision reached by the government and the country's health authorities. They say the decision has completely vindicated their position on the deadly Ebola virus disease.
But from the time they close the road, we can't hear nobody dying, nothing at their account. So we believe that our fast and prayer God took control.
For me, I'm not denying that Ebola is not real, but I believe, 100% believe that all those that live in West Point are free from Ebola.
You're still watching CoreTV News at 7. We take another break. We'll be back with more stories. Stay with us.
Glad to have you join us on another edition of The Political Arena, the most detailed and incisive political show.
If you are a sitting governor and the opposition is able to stomach structure against you, that means you are wicked to the people. Until the end of our time, I'm the legitimate authority to govern this country.
They gave me 20 minutes to move or they will shoot me.
He has no chance for survival. If he likes himself, this is the best time to get out before he perishes.
The PDP as a ruling party has failed.
To anybody who thinks that government will fold his hands and allow miscreants to take over the streets of Osun State and cause havoc is deceiving himself.
The good, bad, ugly, and beautiful sides of the Nigerian political system. Join me every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. on CoreTV News. In case you're just joining us, this is CoreTV News at 7.
Regional powerhouse South Africa warned Saturday that it would not tolerate an apparent military coup in Lesotho after soldiers surrounded the police headquarters and premier's residence. South Africa warns that such unconstitutional change of government shall not be tolerated. Foreign Affairs spokesman Clayton Munyela told journalists in the capital Pretoria.
And that's why we are here. No one has claimed to have taken over government through the use of force. By all accounts, the activities of the Lesotho Defense Force thus far bear the hallmarks of a coup d'etat. Unconstitutional change of government shall not be tolerated. We prefer a peaceful resolution to any crisis, particularly if it's a political crisis. So you give diplomacy a chance. Such things become last resorts when you're dealing with a political problem.
And finally, Pakistani government has said it was trying to reopen talks with opposition groups after bloody clashes between police and protesters last night. The Prime Minister's house left 2 dead and hundreds injured. Thousands of followers of politician Imran Khan and firebrand cleric Tahir Kadri have been camped outside Parliament since August 15, demanding the resignation of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, triggering a crisis that has raised the specter of military intervention. Opposition groups will claim the 2013 election, which swerved Sharif to power, was rigged, attempted to storm the Prime Minister's official residence on Saturday night using cranes to remove barricades. Information Minister Pervez Rashid said the government remained open to restarting negotiations to end the situation peacefully. By Sunday morning, sporadic clashes continue between police in riot gear and a few hundred protesters as thousands more lay on the grass and slept. Many of the protesters had come armed with batons and slingshots. The injured included dozens of women and a handful of children were rushed to the city's 2 major hospitals, PIMS and Polyclinic. At least 79 police were among the wounded. The protest leaders have drawn thousands to the street of Islamabad, but their call has not mobilized mass support in a country of 180 million people. And well, that's a wrap on CoreTV News at 7. Many thanks for watching. I am Frank Omalape. Don't forget, join us at 9:45 p.m. for our primetime news. Bye.